I need you to pay attention to this stream. I need you to pay attention. Knowledge is everywhere. Knowledge is right in front of you. Even I've had to confront this myself. I think Russell Simmons was talking about 50 Cent, right? And how he moves in the industry and, you know, how he makes moves, how he gets stuff done, how his intuition, how his consistency, right? And he said, I think he's enlightened. And I never thought about it that way. I'm like, maybe 50 Cent is enlightened because he did get shot 9 times. I mean, he basically, well, I think maybe he died. Did he die on the table? I don't know. But basically, that's as near death, and he came back from that. And I never thought about it that way because I looked at him as, oh no, he's a former street ninja that found a way. And sometimes you can't get past the street ninja look. That could be for black, white, any. That, like I said, I had that bias. I'm like, every time I think about an enlightened person, I don't even think about a black or white person. I'm thinking about those Asian monks out there with the gong. I would never think, maybe 50 Cent is enlightened, because he seems to always be ahead of the curve. He's always, I'm looking at him, the stuff that he says, I watch him in the interview, and I'm like, he said the perfect thing. But you would never think about it. Maybe 50 Cent is enlightened. So right here, we have plenty of enlightened, we have people that are giving you the game, right? I'm setting up this stage right here. This man right here is about to give you some knowledge. And you might not think it at first glance. You might not, because when I'm looking at the comments, people are focusing on his how he's saying things, basically his street ninja lingo, right? And they're just looking at his the exterior, and they don't realize he done gave game. Right now, half of the comments are like, "Oh no, he's right," and half of the other ones is like, he said. And then you see the top comment, he sound like he got a 5th grade education. I want you to hear what he says. He's talking about how he knows when a woman is for the streets. Take a listen.
Well, you know how I know a bit belong to the streets? They be like friendly as hell, like friendly females for the streets. Clubbing every other day for the streets. For the street friends, they for the streets. Cause birds don't feather flock together. She disappear at nighttime, she for the street. She got a nigga, and you her side nigga, she for the streets. Well, you know how.
Now, let's break down everything that he said. Right there. There are a couple red flags that a lot of you would probably disagree with, right? But he is right on this point right here. I'm going to let him mention it.
I know a bit belong to the streets. They be like friendly as hell, like friendly females for the streets.
He said, and right here, the top comment that he said, just because she's friendly, that's not a good example. He is actually 100% spot on. He is 100% spot on about the friendly part. I'm going to attack the other points to where he's obviously right about the other points. But right there, I rejected it a little bit. And then until I thought about it, I'm like, actually, he is 100% spot on. The women that I know that I am for sure that don't cheat, or who I know are good women that have dudes at home and they're doing what they're supposed to do, a lot of the times they're not out there flirting. They're not out there being friendly, talking to ninjas recklessly. They're not even up in ninjas. They're not playing them little games, letting dudes touch them and whatnot, letting the manager do. They're not doing. I'm telling you, I know a couple girls that I've seen in my lifetime. I know they're good ladies. I'm gonna tell you why. I would watch them. I'm a weirdo. I be watching everybody. that's unfortunate. I be watching people, bro. And it's interesting. Like, these are cues that you miss, but it's the first thing that he said. But people miss that, guys. People want, I don't know what it is. I think because people be watching The Office, people want their girl to be this smart mouth and have sarcastic reply like she's from The Office, like that girl. What's her name? Something Plaza from The Office. No, you don't want a girl that be up these, because girls that be up in dudes' faces and doing all that stuff, these are the ones that be in the most affairs. These are the ones that cause the most drama. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you an example of a girl I knew. This is how I knew this was a good woman, and this is how I knew that she's not a cheater. And this is how, and I don't know, maybe I wasn't 100, but I there's something I knew. This is a good girl, and I know she has a ninja that this is her ninja, but she don't talk about her private life. But I can tell she has a ninja. Anyway, I would watch her, right, and she would come across, people kind of just stopped trying to talk to her because she would just be like hi and bye. She'd just be like, and to the average normie, they'll be like, oh, she's put up, she's standoffish. They think she's better. And I never really looked at it like that. I'm like, maybe she's just a reserved person, right? I would sometimes, just talk to her. Just talk to her. Now, mind you, she was pretty. She was pretty. And I remember telling somebody, hey, I'd ask her out. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I would watch because she would not talk. And I could tell people would just basically stop trying to talk to her. And to the average normie, people would think, oh, that's a red flag. No. Once she realized I wasn't trying to get at her to try to smash, and when she would talk to, I thought it was just, it's just just the rest of the employees, and then maybe she got something going on with the manager. No. The manager comes, she always keeps that distance. She always keeps a nice business distance from everybody. That includes the managers. That includes the 6'4" Chads that we was working with. Even with the Chads walking. She always kept a business distance from everybody, bro. And I'm just saying, and like I said, most of the girls that be loyal like that, really loyal, it's not a whole lot of them, but the ones that I know, they be keeping business distances from everybody, especially other men. When he mentions that friendly thing, people will probably, the average normie will be like, huh? But I caught myself. I'm like, he's not wrong. As soon as this girl realized I wasn't trying to get at her, you know what I mean? Even though she knows what she is. She knows she's attractive a little bit, right? She knows that. I'm pretty sure she knows that. If I had a chance, right, I would maybe shoot my shot. But I respected her distance, right? And I wouldn't just quit talking to her. I would just be like, hey, let's talk about this, talk about that, but nothing personal. It's always random joking things here and there. No play fighting, none of that. And when she realized I was not trying to go at that angle, she finally opened up, right? And even then, still working business distance. But with everybody else, she barely talked to anybody else, bro. Obviously, she talked to some of the girls, obviously in private, but nothing crazy, right? Everything business distance with everybody. And this is when he said the non-friendly thing, I'm like, that was the first girl I thought of. And then I really look back from all the ladies that I know, especially the older ladies, it's always business distance when they're dealing with other men, right? They don't be going huggy on dudes, even on their past. They don't be doing that. They don't be doing that. A lot of good girls get mistakenly called stuck up because they keep their business distance from people because they understand the dynamics. They're very empathetic to their man about how certain things look in a public eye. That right there. If she's all friendly, doing all this stuff, hugging up on everybody, because it only takes one dude to put something in her ear. One dude, and then you mess up one day, and she go to work, and some dude is putting something in her ear. It's been a wrap. And here's the thing. When dudes find out, damn, she always keeping a business distances, they give up. Yo, when they realize, oh, she ain't opening up to me, they move on. This is why girls, they usually try to keep that avenue open. Even if they do start up stuck up, they'll try to keep an avenue. A real good woman, she's not even gonna give you the chance to do that. I'm talking, and there are plenty of examples in my life. They act exactly like how that girl act. Business distance. I got a man already. Don't try nothing. That right there. But let's go over the other ones real quick because he mentioned that first. And I can tell people in the comment section had a problem with it, but he's right. Especially a lot of the friendly ones, they do a lot of drugs. They do weed. And I told you about those girls that be doing weed. I told you about that. They drink. They be going out to the clubs, partying. I'm telling you, he is spot on. And most normies miss it. Hence why most normies get shocked about certain things. And on top of that, these will be the same normies that talk about the friendly, oh, I got male friends, which qualifies as a number one red flag. So why don't you put two and two together? He's talking about friendly girls, right? Those are the ones that think they have male friends. And what would dudes be saying? Oh, the number one red flag is if she has a lot of male friends. Put two and two together. Man, the normies will miss that. The normies will miss that. And will dismiss his point just because of how he presents himself. Anyway, let's keep going.
Clubbing every other day for the streets.
That goes under with friendly. Why won't you let me go out? You're just being toxic and insecure. I would never do that to you.
For the street friends.
Like I said, if her friends are 304s, she is one too. Point blank, period. You know, I got a saying, right? They say birds of a feather flock together. I say, just say it out loud. Hoes of a feather flock together. That's it.
They for the streets. Cause birds of a feather flock together.
Hoes of a feather flock together. Just say it like that.
She disappear at nighttime.
I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. If she not at home at the nighttime, homie. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But you'd be surprised how men will let that go.
For the street.
If she works night shift, she's for the street.
She got a nigga and you her side nigga, she for the street.
Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, she's cheating on her man with you. She's a cheater.
But you know how.
So right there, I wanted to show the homie love right here. He hit it out the park really with the first thing, because what he said for the first thing, her being friendly and all that stuff, so open and whatnot, that really is a red flag. I think, a lot of dudes will be like, oh man, she don't be smiling and blah, blah, blah. Or I remember I was in Florida. This dude is just up to a random casual, basically harassing her, right? Why don't you smile more and blah, blah, blah. She's doing her job. What else does she have? I'm sitting there. I felt bad for her. This is not on some simple, because I'm not even attracted to the girl at the casual. She looked like she was like, maybe she might have been 23. Maybe, she looked like she was like 25, 26, but she might have been younger, but she looked a lot older. But I can tell she was still in her 20s, but she just looked a lot older. And she's just like, can these ninjas just leave? In her mind, I could tell. I felt so bad. I didn't even say, I was just like, obviously just here, check me out, blah, blah, blah. And I remember there was a lady before. It was like me and my brother at the gas station and at a trip that we was in Florida. And there was a really outgoing, friendly lady. But she was older, right? This I could tell this is like an older single lady, right? And she was at the cash register. She's like, "Oh my gosh, y'all are so nice. We got to deal with these truck drivers going on. As soon as I see them coming in, well, I want them to leave. I'll be like, damn. But she was not exaggerating. Mind you, remember, this is not up north. This is down south, so things are different. So you might actually see some actual misogyny. You know what I'm saying when I say misogyny, right? When you go down there, right? But like I said, this is also a message to the men too about this. You're not entitled to a woman smiling at you, bro. That's one thing I've never really. Maybe that's why I can understand what he's coming from about the friendly thing. I'm like, homie, like you're not entitled to a smile. Like, who are you, bro? Like, it'll be like a dude going up to a girl and they'll just be shocked that she's not going for it. And these guys will be hurt. And that would always confuse me. I'm like, oh, she don't be smiling. I'm like, bro, like that's not, maybe she got a dude already. Maybe she's just not checking for guys like that. Right? Maybe she's on the rainbow community side. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, they just can't take the hint on that end. This is why, like, let me look back at the comments. Because you're going to see a mixture of yes and no on that first thing that he said, right? So right here, the top comment, it said, he sound like he got a 5th grade education. SMH, just because she's friendly is not a good example. Let me check out her profile real quick. Oh, she got that on private.